the Devil's Island. Come on, girl. But, you know, it's all spooky and stuff. And I was just like, yeah. And you brought some creepy ass dolls. The whole vibe is just, oof. I don't know. If I was Monica, I would have known this was a setup. Set up city. But it is brilliant. The editing's brilliant. And the fact that, yeah, they're in a triangle as well is, yeah, everything is great. This is what I mean. Telenovela, baby. This is what we want to see from Housewives. We don't want to see no normal shit. We want to see you're good, you're bad, and you're ugly, girl. We want to see that ugly. It's about to get good. You know the biggest unsolved mystery is, when did Heather become a good actor? Low-key, I mean, we're going to really get into what happens at this dinner, because it's the majority of the episode, to be fair. Heather can, you know, she's, damn, like, it's kind of scary how well she kind of puts this all into motion, and what she reveals as well. It's, yeah, it made me, you know, take a double take at Heather. I was like, girl, you love to keep secrets. Love to keep secrets. And we'll talk about her biggest one a bit later on, but she's great. She's a really good actor. I mean, you know, there's an actress in there. Because the bitch can lie, is what I'm trying to say. She can sit there, lie to your face, pretend nothing is wrong, and then kapow! Just woof, knock that bitch out. Crazy good. Crazy good. So Heather proceeds to tell them that the reason they have the dolls is because each doll represents one of them. And that, you know, they've learned a lot about each other. But, you know, if there's anything you want to ask, you know, use your doll or whatever. The weird thing about it is, you would think Heather would have Monica's doll. But she has Meredith's doll. And I'm like, huh. But anyway, we'll get to that. So the first person to use their... So you're supposed to ask that person whose doll you have, like I said, something that you want to know about them, or what have you, a mystery or some rubbish that you want to know about them. And Whitney goes first and proceeds to ask Lisa why she said that she was dramatic. And then before Lisa can answer, she was like, the mystery is, hold on, I haven't finished, is how could you basically judge someone on being dramatic when you are the most dramatic? And, you know, you were kicking and screaming on a yacht. To which Lisa's like, well, because you were being dramatic. And you know what? I will rate Lisa. Lisa has been brilliant this season. I like, she's been absolutely wackadoodle, and I love it. But her response is probably the least fake I've ever seen her. Like, usually she's still like, oh, yeah, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like, really, like, smiling, love you, until, you know, you say one thing, and then she'll just snap and bite your neck off. But this was hilarious. She was like, because you were. And then it just goes, like, a back and forth over being dramatic, which is just so stupid. But brilliant at the same time. The montage of how many times they say the word dramatic is actually hilarious. It would be a great drinking game. It would be a great drinking game if you wanted to die. They say it like 100 times. It's so ridiculous that this is even part of the episode. It's pointless, but yeah, I guess there had to be a lead up. You couldn't just jump into the madness, even though this bit is probably just as crazy. But yeah, you have to ease into it. It's very much like predator-prey business. And then Meredith proceeds to ask Heather as to why she didn't have her back when everyone decided to kind of pile on to her. To which Heather's like, well, we thought Monica was telling the truth, right? And trying to get everyone to be like, yeah. Which again is very much a setup to what's going to happen later. But yeah, the dynamics is so interesting. The parallels of what you see before and after. Because it is very much, we hate each other. I can't believe we're in the same room as each other. But I guess we just have to coexist to, we love each other and we're crying with each other and holding hands. It's, I don't know. Like I said, very telenovela. Just great TV, really. What I did think was funny was Heather did Well, it's later found out that Heather did meet up with the other girls, minus Angie, which I'm still not too sure as to why. Maybe because in the reveal, Angie is some of the texters that they show. But I thought it was really funny that the argument between Heather and Meredith wasn't really going anywhere. And so Heather just decides to kind of do a and 180 and say, even though she's got the Meredith doll, she's gonna ask Monica some questions. Because Monica did say that the reason they believed her about the whole mafia thing or whatever that she started, or that her and Meredith were talking about, is because she has the proof, she has the evidence, she has the receipts, which Heather then proceeds to use against her as proof for this reality Von Teese Instagram page, which is just hilarious. And the way she goes into it is just, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, she's an incredible actress. I don't know whether she was practicing this in the mirror, but the way she goes about it is literally like she planned it from beginning to end. She memorized this whole thing. It's just pretty incredible, I'm not gonna lie. So Heather proceeds to ask Monica, who is the real Monica? You know, will the real Monica please stand up? It's just really funny because she goes through, you know, why we would get on so well. You know, I'm a single mama, you a single mama. And that she's a truth teller, and she thought that she was a great person and all this stuff. But that she doesn't really think that that's the real her. That actually she's only getting close to them for a profit. And then it proceeds to go back in time. This is what I mean about the editing. To show her revealing all this information to the girls, like I said, minus Angie, about her before the dinner. And being like, guys, I need you to back me up when I bring this stuff up. And they're all just like shocked and hugging each other like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Which is so funny because they are all just like walking into this dinner just like, hi girl, hi. So it's just so funny how much these girls can just switch it on and off. It is pretty brilliant. Like I said, very much, you know, baiting the prey. It's great. It is. The most is how much they can literally switch on from loving and hating each other. When Heather does expose Monica to the girls before the dinner, she's like, we've been through so much together. Literally is so dramatic. They all kind of start crying and being really emotional before anything's even said. And then, yeah, she proceeds to tell them. But it's very weird because, like I said, this reality Von Teese site, which I did hear that Dita Von Teese is actually suing because they are using her likeness and kind of her name. It's not a big thing. It's not like a huge site that anyone really would come across. It was kind of weird that the housewives themselves have commented on posts that they put up, i.e. Angie, and I'm sure a few of them, but it's literally mainly about Jen Shaw. So the fact that they're being so dramatic is kind of hilarious. I get it. It is a breach of trust and it is kind of weird. Like I said, this is like a nothing fan page, you know, that now is going to get loads of traction, I'm very sure. Because again, even I didn't know about them. A lot of people didn't know about them. It was only because Heather pretty much leaked it. So it's kind of weird. It's a very weird thing for her to kind of out about Monica. It makes more sense if she was upset at her about the lawsuit, not about this reality Von Teese thing. Because again, it's just like a drama. But it's nothing big. It's not like one of these huge drama channels that's getting like millions of followers or whatever. It literally had like a few thousand followers. It wasn't a big deal. So that's why I think it's so funny that she's just like, they're all so like, oh my God, why? Why would you do it? Like, I get that it is very weird, but they're acting like she was very much going after them. Like, the page is basically about Jen Shaw. Honestly, it really is. So again, it's very weird seeing their reaction. Again, if they were weirded out because Jen's their friend, or I don't know at this point if any of them are friends with her, but still. But yeah, it just, like I said, if I didn't look it up, if you don't look it up, I could see this being like, oh my God, who would do something like that? That's such a breach of trust. But when you realistically look at it, it wouldn't have been as bad as if she went on her own Twitter page and was cussing these women out, which she probably is now. But literally, you know, they all throw digs at each other on social media. Again, they know that they're throwing digs at each other, but she was very open about the fact that she was, you know, very involved in the Jen Shah fiasco. And yeah, so if anything, I would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know? Not one of them actually came up with an example of how that page has hurt them. I think maybe Whitney did. But yeah, we're going to go through it fully. Okay, so on the show, it proceeds to go over reality Yvonne T's. I mean, it does say 2, and it says 166 posts, 5,066 followers, and then following 912, right? And then, yeah, it says reality Yvonne T's, your local RHOSLC, hot tea ho, for entertainment purposes only. Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, LGBTQ, and then, yeah, hashtag RHOSLC with the little snowflake. So yeah, and then their tabs are hashtag guilty about Jen Shah, trial info again about Jen Shah, RHOSLC again maybe about Jen Shah, July is coming, trial is coming, bye with 2 Y's and 4 E's and then just bye. So yeah, when I say it's not a huge channel, very much feels like, you know, a few kids kind of thing. So their reaction I would get if it was this, yeah, their Instagram. This I would get if they had 100,000 followers, if they had 1 million followers or 10 million. But their reaction to it was as if it was a huge channel. But I literally paused it. I was like, huh? And then you see the caption pictures that they took to prove, you know, this page is talking about them. But literally all of them are about Jen Shah. I tell a lie. There's one about Whitney. And it says, at the beginning, it says, a possible clue as to who Meredith was referring to in her threat. One of the tweets from Mary is now a deleted rant. And it's Mary that wrote the original post. And I'm not gonna lie, Mary is saying some mad shit. I mean, if I was Whitney, you know, she basically says that she waits in a restroom in the ladies' room one night at a club, talk about your truth, you're a liar, and you're lying, and you know it. She was saying that she was trying to recruit someone, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. So Whitney needs to worry about the women she took advantage of. And then she was like in the ladies' room one night at a club. Talk about your truth, you liar, you're lying, and you know it. Now that was from Mary Cosby. To which this channel, this page, replied saying, actually, hashtag Whitney Rose is a swinger. She uses the bathroom as an opportunity to recruit. Hashtag RHOSLC. And then there's DMs from Jen Shah and the channel, to which it says, bitch, you would. And then Jen Shah says, hey, white girls, stop doing white girl shit, you STFU, and take a seat next to your best friends, Karen and Becky, in the back row. And yeah, Reality Yvonne T says, why are you the only real bitch? And then Jen says, they're fake ass white girls. Lisa is the only other person I can fuck with. Which I think is hilarious that Jen would say that. Because I would have thought she hated Lisa. But it's so funny that they put it up so quick so you can't actually read it. You ain't a fucking actress unless you're auditioning for a Manatee or Shrek. But yeah, that's between them and Jen Shaw. And then Reality Von Teese put up an LGBTQIA flag. And it said, trigger warning, LGBTQIA+, derogatory language, Heather's T-word twin, Jen Shaw. The Bravo community is made up by many from all walks of life, including our trans brothers and sisters. Jen using this kind of language is absolutely harmful and disgusting and further marginalizes the LGBTQIA+ community, but mostly harms our beautiful and brave trans family. This is outright wrong. Jen Shaw has proved herself to be a performative ally. You cannot call yourself an ally and be transphobic. Shame on you. You can't sit with us. If that's them proving that the Reality Von Teese talks about Heather, they don't. There's no mention of Meredith as well in this little reel. Or Lisa. Angie does make a comment, I think, on something. But yeah, their reaction is as if this site is solely focused on destroying their lives. And I mean, it's about as petty as the shit they probably post on a regular basis on their own Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. So that's why it's kind of like, really? No one's even paying attention. I don't know why you guys are so bothered. It's so strange. But yeah, the way they dramatize this is brilliant. People aren't going to focus on it too much. That's why I guess they make it so quick. I had to pause it a few times to really see what it said. And even then, there were some bits I didn't get, but it was mainly the combo between Jen and Reality Von Teese. But again, it's very much a hate on Jen page. So it's so strange that Heather's so upset. Like, the Whitney one is probably the only... Whitney I can get being annoyed. But even that was based off of what Mary Cosby said. So again, it wasn't even like they started the conversation. I don't know. It seems so dramatic. I feel like Heather really doesn't like Monica or whatever. And she wants a way to make sure that she can't be on the show. And the best way to make sure is to get everyone in the cast to basically refuse to film with her. And what's the best way to do that? To make her a common enemy. So I don't know. It feels very weird. I'm like, dude, really? Like, if Portia and Candy can get on, and that was way more, girl, then these girls should be fine. Like, this is ridiculous. I feel like this is the best telenovela episode I've ever seen because it's so dramatic. It's so dramatic. I love it. It's brilliant. It's so ridiculous. But this show needs an Emmy or something for best reality show or some rubbish. Just best reality episode. Just brilliant. So just over the top. Unnecessarily over the top as well. It's over a drama channel. Come on, man, get a grip. I also love that because Monica is a huge gossip. That's what triggered Heather. Come on, Heather. We all know it's because you did your background check on the Monicas, like you said, and realized, oh shit, this is the chick who I've got the issue with. Let me take her down. Because come on, all of you are so dramatic over the most ridiculous shit ever. So to be like, oh, this girl's, she's talking too much. Really? I mean, she's basically the quintessential housewife. This is what you want. So I think it's hilarious that Heather's decided to put her Batman/detective hat on. And all of a sudden she's like, well, this girl does gossip too much. And, I don't know. She does like to talk about people's business. That's what all of you fucking do. Literally, that's your job. That's literally your job. Sorry to tell you, it's your job. It's just funny. She's like, that was weird. And, my hairstylist is Tamisha. Her hairstylist was Tamisha. I don't know. Like, it's not adding up. You're just like... the way she gets to her conclusion is just really funny. It's hilarious. I really want to read Bad Woman now. I hope it's as funny as this. Heather says that she relishes in the scandal and like